Thanksgiving is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Sony. It can be found as a non-exclusive steelbook available at your online retailers. I've always been interested in holiday-themed horror movies, but if you think about it, there are very few taking place during the Thanksgiving holiday. Eli Roth sure enough tapped into that particular oversight and delivers a fairly good, though standard by-the-book slasher flick. I found most of the cast to be not particularly memorable. There wasn't any character aside from Carver that made a lasting impression, and they all came across as disposable cannon fodder. At the end of the day, it serves as a Thanksgiving horror film, which I suppose is enough. Thanksgiving on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 239:1. It was finished at a 4K digital intermediate, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. Director Eli Roth's Thanksgiving makes for a visually pleasing 4K transfer from Sony. The Blu-ray was already a good-looking disc in its own right, and the 4K edition manages to up the ante, as it were, for this new release on the format. Picture quality is pristine from start to finish, with nary a blemish or imperfection to be found. The overall image clarity is spot on, but once again, speaking to the Blu-ray picture, I would say it's going to be a close race in this regard. The increased resolution uptick does allow for a more definition to textures, especially in close-ups, and mid-level shots show appreciable gains. With this new 4K comes of course the HDR Dolby Vision grading, and the palette gets more accentuated visually here. The film's fall aesthetic is even more apparent now and richer in contrast to the previous Blu-ray picture. Some examples are more subtle than others, but in the initial Black Friday mayhem, colors tend to pop a little bit more with the customer's clothing. There are other examples throughout the film. The bright colored uniform in this shot, for example, and the benefits from the overall grading show off pretty well. Night scenes and darker interiors are properly deep and atmospheric, with no unnatural elevation or instances of crush spotted. Black levels in general are nicely refined and perfectly stable. Thanksgiving on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio mix, which folds down to a Dolby True HD 7.1. There is also a DTS 5.1 from the previous Blu-ray, and there is also a French DTS 5.1 mix. The previous Blu-ray sported a perfectly serviceable 5.1, but Sony has gone full tilt with the Dolby Atmos track, and buyers of the 4K will no doubt be pleased with the upgrade. The film's sound design does a great job with the additional speaker real estate, even if the height channels in particular aren't really utilized to an extreme degree. Output is mostly complementary to the mid-level and rears for most of the duration. Once again, referring to the Black Friday crowd chaos at the beginning of the movie, or even better yet, being cooked inside a particular oven, will definitely make your skin crawl. There's also some general ambience and score that fill in the gaps in the heights. Atmospheric audio cues are fully put to work in the surrounds with varying degrees of effectiveness. The track is pretty immersive in this regard and is fairly consistent throughout the runtime. Dialogue reproduction is clean from start to finish with no issues. The LFE carries a bit of weight in its delivery with the typical jump scare beats and other in-film moments that bring it to the forefront. It's not very heavy-handed, but it still gets the job done with no complaints. On the 4K, there is a new pair of making-of featurettes, exclusive to this 4K release, which has plenty of the cast and filmmakers talking about the film and the behind-the-scenes happenings. The accompanying Blu-ray disc has the bonus features ported over from the previous edition, including deleted scenes, outtakes, and an audio commentary from director Eli Roth. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Thanksgiving on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A. Sony once again delivers an excellent transfer for those that have been anxiously waiting a physical 4K and makes them glad they did so. While this is still a nice upgrade over the Blu-ray, this particular release may be more for new buyers as opposed to those wanting to trade in their old Blue. For the audio, I scored it an A as well. For the audiophiles, however, the new Dolby Atmos may be more than reason enough to trade in their old copy, as the additional speakers provide some entertaining moments throughout the film. This is a solid audio track from start to finish and one worth listening to on the 4K. And for the extras, I graded them an A. A mix of both new and old content has landed on this new 4K release, and overall what's offered is pretty interesting and worth checking out. The new making of bonus features are fun with some cool tidbits. Fans of the film will no doubt enjoy the supplements. So that is my review of Thanksgiving on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Sony. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comment section. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.